Have you ever wondered if society's obsession with looks has crossed the line into addiction? Yes, you heard it right, an addiction, not to substances or behaviors we typically associate with the term, but to vanity. Welcome to the uncharted territory of vanity addiction, a phenomenon that's silently creeping into the fabric of our social norms, yet rarely discussed or acknowledged. In a world where appearances seem to hold sway, it's easy to lose ourselves in the pursuit of physical perfection. It's as if we're all players in a grand spectacle, each vying for the spotlight, each striving to outshine the other. But when does this pursuit turn into an obsession? And when does this obsession morph into an addiction? The answer lies in the subtleties. It's in the constant mirror checks, the relentless scroll through social media feeds, the insatiable hunger for compliments, and the perpetual dread of aging. It's in the way we equate self-worth with physical attractiveness, and in the way we measure success by the number of heads we turn. Vanity addiction isn't just about being excessively concerned with one's appearance, it's a deeper issue, rooted in societal norms and expectations. It's about the endless chase for an elusive ideal, the perpetual dissatisfaction with oneself, and the constant yearning for validation. And while a certain degree of concern for one's appearance is healthy and normal, vanity addiction takes it several notches higher. It's when the desire to look good becomes a compulsive need, a craving that's never quite satisfied, a thirst that's never quite quenched. But here's the thing, vanity addiction, like any other addiction, doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, or social status. It's an equal opportunity affliction, and it's high time we started talking about it. So let's unmask this silent epidemic. Let's delve into the world of vanity addiction, explore its telltale signs, and understand how it impacts lives. Because the first step towards overcoming an addiction is recognizing that it exists. Today we delve into the telltale signs of vanity addiction. Stick around, you might learn something about yourself. Sign 1. An unhealthy obsession with appearance. This is the first telltale sign of vanity addiction. It's not about having a healthy interest in looking presentable or feeling good about yourself. Rather, it's a fixation that goes beyond the norm. It's when every mirror or reflective surface becomes an irresistible invitation to check your appearance. It's when your mind is incessantly preoccupied with thoughts of how you look, your body shape, or the clothes you're wearing. Vanity addiction turns the quest for perfection into an all-consuming pursuit. The focus shifts from health and well-being to a tireless chase for an unattainable ideal. It's when your self-worth becomes intertwined with your physical appearance and you feel a constant pressure to maintain an image that aligns with society's beauty standards. So, if you find yourself checking mirrors more often than you'd like to admit, maybe it's time to ask yourself, could I be dealing with vanity addiction? Sign 2. An overwhelming dependency on social media. Social media platforms have become modern mirrors reflecting our self-image, but when we start seeking validation from these platforms excessively, it's a red flag. This is the second sign of vanity addiction, an unhealthy reliance on social media to affirm our looks and appearance. Consider this. You post a selfie and obsessively check for likes, comments, and shares. You edit your photos to perfection, not for creativity but for approval. You feel anxious when your posts don't get the response you anticipated. Or perhaps you feel a sense of accomplishment when your posts garner attention. This dependency on digital validation is akin to looking into a distorted mirror, a mirror that reflects not your true self, but a version manipulated for social acceptance. Keep in mind that this obsession with online validation can be a slippery slope towards vanity addiction. Remember, likes and follows do not define your worth. Sign 3. Frequent, unnecessary shopping sprees. Sign 4. Regular cosmetic procedures. Let's delve into these two telltale signs of vanity addiction. Our first stop is the shopping spree. Now, there's nothing wrong with a little retail therapy every now and then, but when it becomes a frequent, almost obsessive activity, it could be an indication of vanity addiction. Picture this. A closet full of clothes, shoes, accessories, most of them untouched, tags still hanging. Yet the individual feels the need to constantly update their wardrobe, to own the latest fashion trends or the most expensive brands. It's not about need anymore, it's about want. It's about portraying a certain image, about keeping up appearances. The thrill of the purchase, the satisfaction of owning something new and trendy becomes a fix, a high. Let's move on to sign 4, regular cosmetic procedures. Again, there's nothing inherently wrong with wanting to enhance your looks. But when it becomes a regular habit, When the fear of losing your youthful looks keeps you constantly on the lookout for the next best cosmetic procedure, then it's a cause for concern. Cosmetic procedures can range from minor, non-invasive treatments like Botox or fillers to more major surgeries like rhinoplasty or facelifts. These procedures are not without risk, yet the individual is willing to endure pain, risk complications, all in the pursuit of beauty. It's no longer about self-improvement, it's about obsession. When these behaviors, the shopping sprees, the cosmetic procedures, start affecting your financial health, it's time to take a step back. When you're spending money you don't have, when you're going into debt just to maintain or enhance your looks, it's time to reassess. Vanity addiction is not about vanity in the traditional sense. It's not about self-love or self-care. It's about an unhealthy obsession with physical appearance, about the constant need for validation, about the fear of not being good enough. When the quest for beauty becomes a financial burden, it's time to reassess. Let's round up with signs 5 through 10. Sign 5 is a lack of confidence without makeup or enhancements. This is not to say that using makeup or grooming products is a bad thing. However, if you find yourself unable to step out of the house without your face on, or if you feel uncomfortable in your natural state, it may be a sign of vanity addiction. It's important to remember that true beauty stems from within, and no amount of makeup or enhancements can replace a healthy self-esteem. Moving on to sign 6, constant comparison with others. In an age of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. We see their highlight reels and begin to feel inadequate. But remember, those snapshots are often carefully curated and not representative of someone's entire life. If you find yourself constantly comparing your appearance to others, it could be indicative of a deeper issue. Sign 7 is a fear of aging. There's a natural human desire to stay young and vibrant, but an excessive fear of growing older might be a red flag. Aging is a part of life, and it comes with its own beauty and wisdom. If you're spending an inordinate amount of time and energy trying to fight the natural aging process, it might be worth asking yourself why. Sign 8 is excessive dieting or exercising. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle is important, but if you're pushing your body to extremes in order to achieve a certain look, it can be damaging. Health should always be the primary focus, with appearance coming in as a secondary consideration. If you're punishing your body with extreme diets or workouts, it might be a symptom of vanity addiction. Sign 9 is prioritizing appearance over health. This can manifest in many ways, such as skipping meals to maintain a certain weight, undergoing risky cosmetic procedures, or even neglecting important health checkups because you're too focused on how you look. It's crucial to remember that health is the foundation of true beauty. Finally, sign 10 is an obsession with compliments and validation. If you find yourself constantly seeking approval or compliments from others about your appearance, it may be a sign of vanity addiction. While it's natural to enjoy compliments, an over-reliance on external validation for self-worth can be harmful. These signs are not just about vanity, they're about an unhealthy obsession that can harm your mental and physical well-being. In a world where appearance often takes center stage, it's easy to fall into the trap of vanity addiction. It's a sneaky, silent addiction that could creep up on anyone. It starts subtly, with an obsession over appearance, and before you know it, you're dependent on social media for validation, constantly comparing yourself to others, and spending more than you can afford on shopping sprees and cosmetic procedures. Fear of aging, lack of confidence, and the constant need for approval and attention are some of the other telltale signs. It's an exhaustive list, isn't it? And it's not one to be taken lightly. Vanity addiction is more than just a superficial obsession. It's a deep-seated issue that can take a toll on your mental health and overall well-being, but there's hope. Remember, real beauty comes from within, and it's okay to seek help if you think you're struggling with vanity addiction.